What is properties class? Properties class also same as a map only. It stores the key value pair, but both are string here. So this properties class is available in java.util package, and which is the subclass of hash table class. So why you will use properties class? It can be used to get the property value based on the property key. Even map also doing the same, right? But here, the properties class provides methods to get the data from the properties file, and you can store the data into the properties file. So that means you can get and you can store data in the properties file with this properties class. So basically it provides the data. Then what is the advantage of using the properties file? So if you use properties file, you can store the data, you can retrieve the data using properties class methods, and the recompilation is not required if any change happens in the properties file. So you don't need to change the code in other places. If the properties file data changes, automatically it will reflect there also. You don't need to change the code in other places. That's the properties file. And the constructors of properties file classes: default constructor, properties defaults. It creates an empty property list with a specified defaults, and this is the default constructor, right? Okay. So what are the methods are there in the properties class? So properties class has a first load method. So you have to pass the reader object, and another overloaded methods. Load method, input stream object you have to pass. Load from XML, you have to pass the input stream object. This is the one we are going to use. Get property method, string key. You use the key, it returns the value of that key. So the return type is a string type. So the return type method, get property for this key. Get property default value. You can get the default value. So get property, you can get the given key default value. Set property, you can set the key and value. So that means you can put the, it calls the put method of hash table and going to place in the file. After calling the set property, you have to call the store method. There is a store method. So you call the store method and it will write that this data key value pair with a comment. You can write the comment also. So you can use a writer or output stream objects to write to the file. Even if you want to write to the XML, you can write to the XML also. So that's another all about properties class. So you will use a properties file in the frameworks. So very important, this properties class, how to read that. Okay. Any questions? So before the last topic in the